Word just hit the internet. Chicago rapper Bloodhound Q50 has reportedly been shot in St. Louis. Akademiks posted it. Fans are going crazy, and the story's already blowing up. But here's the thing. Not everybody knows who Bloodhound Q50 is. In this video, we're breaking down everything. The rumors, his path in music, his upbringing, and why his name is trending right now. This is Bloodhound Q50 reportedly shot in St. Louis, what we know so far. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment if you're tapped in with Bloodhound Q50. Are you from Chicago, Gary, or even St. Louis? Let us know where you're watching from, because I want to see who's really locked into this story. Who is Bloodhound Q50? 137 Xiaoying. So let's talk about who Bloodhound Q50 really is. His government name is Mick Cooper, just 20 years old. Still basically a kid in the bigger picture, yeah, but already carrying the kind of scars most grown men don't survive. He's a Chicago baby at heart, raised on the east side, but his story also runs through Gary, Indiana. If you know the Midwest, you know that back and forth between Chicago and Gary isn't just a change of scenery. It's like living two different lives. Chicago gives you that high-stakes, high-tempo drill environment, while Gary's slower pace shows you the poverty, the grind, the constant pressure to make it out. Both sides shaped him, the wild energy and the quiet hunger. Now, his start in music wasn't glamorous. Q50 wasn't one of those kids groomed in a studio from day one. He started off recording in the most basic setups in 2023. Tracks like Big 3 and Coffin were raw, sometimes offbeat, sometimes unpolished, but they had grit. They had something you couldn't fake. And in Chicago drill, that's more valuable than a clean mix. But here's the turning point. Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Jeff wasn't just a friend. He was more like the older brother figure who saw something in Q50. Jeff was already buzzing in their circle. He had the respect, he had the streets listening, and he was the one pulling Q50 into the Bloodhound crew's orbit. When Q50 first started rapping, Jeff was the one telling him, "Keep going, don't quit. This could take you somewhere." They were moving like a duo. Jeff would bring Q50 into sessions, put him on songs, introduce him to people. If you ask anybody close, they'll tell you, Jeff is the reason people even gave Q50 a shot. And then July 2024 happened. Jeff was killed. It shook the whole crew, but it damn near broke Q50. Losing your right-hand man that early, the one who believed in you, it either sends you under or it lights a fire. For Q50, it lit that fire. Within weeks, he dropped Splash Brothers, and the title wasn't random. That was him and Jeff, the Splash Brothers, Steph and Clay. A two-man team ready to light it up, but now it was just Q50 carrying the name on his back. That record hit different because it wasn't just a drill track. It was grief. It was a dedication. It was him saying, "I'm not going to let my brother's name die with him." Fans picked up on that. The streets felt it. Even the blogs noticed the shift. That's the moment he stopped being just another Chicago rapper trying to make it and became Bloodhound Q50, the kid determined to carry Jeff's torch. From there, his buzz snowballed. Songs started circulating faster, more people tapped in, and eventually Signal Records came knocking. He wasn't polished, but he was real, and that was enough to get the machine interested. So when you hear Q50's name, you can't separate it from Lil Jeff. Jeff wasn't just part of the story. He is the foundation. Without Jeff, there might not even be a Bloodhound Q50 on the map right now. Upbringing and influences. Bloodhound Q50's life wasn't built on comfort. He didn't grow up with a silver spoon, and honestly, that's part of what makes his music stick. He spent most of his childhood bouncing between Chicago's east side and Gary, Indiana. That back-and-forth lifestyle gave him a unique edge. Chicago is fast-paced, dangerous, and competitive. Everybody's either hustling, hooping, or rapping. Gary, on the other hand, is smaller, but it's got its own struggles. Jobs are scarce, money's tight, and kids grow up fast because the opportunities just aren't there. So when you're moving between those two worlds, you're seeing struggle on every corner. That shaped Q50 early. By the time most kids his age were worried about video games or prom, he was already learning what it meant to lose people, what it meant to watch your homies get locked up, and what it meant to stand on your own. Music became his escape. His influences weren't just the big mainstream rappers. He was locked in with what was happening around him. The Chicago drill pioneers, Chief Keef, Lil Durk, G Herbo, they laid the blueprint. But Q50 wasn't just trying to copy them. He brought that Gary grind with him, which gave his music a darker, hungrier feel. Another big influence was his grandmother. When his situation at home wasn't stable, she was the one making sure he had food, a place to sleep, and somebody who cared whether he made it back inside at night. A lot of his storytelling comes from that, the pain of not having everything, but also the drive to make her proud. And then, of course, there was the Bloodhounds crew. That wasn't just a rap collective, it was a brotherhood. They moved like a family, and Q50 became the youngest face of it after Jeff passed. To the outside world, it looked like just another Chicago drill set. But for Q50, it was everything: his identity, his safety net, his push into rap. That's why when people talk about him, they don't just call him Q50. They call him Bloodhound Q50 because the crew and the name are inseparable. So by the time he started getting recognition, he wasn't just rapping for clout. He was rapping for survival, for his grandmother, for Jeff, and for the Bloodhounds who believed in him. Every bar came with weight because it was rooted in his reality. That upbringing, the east side of Chicago, the streets of Gary, the loss of Jeff, the foundation of his crew, that's what made Q50 different from just another drill rapper. It gave him a voice people could feel. The shooting rumor, 12 of Rouse 16. Now let's get into why Bloodhound Q50's name is even trending right now. According to DJ Akademiks, Bloodhound Q50 was shot in St. Louis last night. He posted that 4 people were allegedly in critical condition after a vehicle was shot up. And once Ak puts it out, the whole internet moves, blogs pick it up, Reddit threads start running wild, and Instagram fills up with RIP comments even before anybody knows the full story. Here's the truth though. As of right now, this shooting is still unconfirmed. No official word from police, no press release from St. Louis hospitals, no family statement. It's all circulating as rumor. Some say his truck was ambushed, others say he and 3 others were rushed to the hospital, but nobody can actually show paperwork or an official update. That's the crazy part about rap news today. A single post can turn speculation into a trending topic. Now, here's what we do know about Q50 being in St. Louis. He had connections out there. St. Louis is basically a second home for a lot of Midwest rappers. It's close enough to Chicago to travel back and forth, but it's got its own scene, its own fan base, and shows that don't require a major label budget. For an upcoming artist like Q50, hitting St. Louis makes sense. It's a way to build his reach without having to fly across the country. But when you mix a young buzzing rapper with street affiliations traveling city to city, the risk goes up. Chicago drill rappers especially, when they move, people notice. Sometimes it's love, sometimes it's hate, and sometimes it's somebody waiting for the wrong moment. So right now, all we can honestly say is this: Bloodhound Q50's name is everywhere because of these shooting rumors. Akademiks reported it, smaller blogs are echoing it, fans are reacting like it's already confirmed. But the facts haven't dropped yet. That's why I'm not going to sit here and declare him dead, or even officially shot, until something solid comes out. What I can tell you is that this is how fast your life, your name, and your story can get spun up in the digital age. One night, you're just another Midwest rapper trying to build your buzz. The next morning, people around the world are asking if you're alive or not. Why this story blew up. So why did this rumor spread so fast? Why is Bloodhound Q50, a rapper a lot of casual fans never even heard of before today, suddenly all over people's timelines? Simple. It's the formula. First, you've got the Akademiks effect. Whenever AK posts something, it doesn't matter if it's fully confirmed or not. The internet treats it like gospel. That's been the case for years. He's basically the CNN of hip-hop culture. If AK says it, blogs and YouTubers echo it instantly, and fans take it and run. Second, it's the underdog factor. People love seeing new names in rap, especially when there's drama attached. For someone like Q50, who's still building his fan base, a shocking headline can give him more exposure in one night than months of music releases ever could. It's twisted, but controversy and tragedy often push an artist's name further than a new single. Third, it's the street credibility element. Drill rappers especially live in this middle ground where fans want authenticity, but that same authenticity puts them in dangerous situations. So when word spreads that a drill rapper's car got shot up, fans immediately believe it because it fits the narrative they already expect. And lastly, the viral loop. One person tweets it, someone else screenshots it, a blog reposts it, Reddit picks it up, YouTube thumbnails pop up. Before long, even people who never heard of Bloodhound Q50 are repeating his name, asking questions, and reacting to rumors. That cycle doesn't stop until either an official statement shuts it down or something even bigger happens to replace it. So here's the reality. This story blew up because it checked every box for virality. A rising artist, a violent rumor, a major platform pushing it, and fans hungry for drama. And once those things align, you can't stop the wave. So here's where things stand. Bloodhound Q50, a 20-year-old Chicago rapper, raised between the East Side and Gary, Indiana, molded by struggle, put on by Lil Jeff, and now the face of the Bloodhounds, has his name all over the internet because of one rumor that he was shot in St. Louis. Academics posted it, the blogs are echoing it, and fans are reacting like it's fact. But right now, no police, no hospital, no official word has confirmed what really happened. Until that comes out, all we can say is this: his story, his music, and his connection to Jeff made him somebody worth paying attention to. And the buzz he's getting right now shows just how fast things move in the rap game. Now, I want to hear from y'all. Do you think this shooting rumor is real or just the internet running wild with no receipts? Have you been tapped in with Q50's music before today, or is this your first time hearing about him? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get a real convo going. And if you want updates on this story and more deep dives into the culture, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next upload. This has been Fake Famous, and we'll catch you on the next one.